the demon to human medicine entrusted to Kanao. When Tanjiro Kamado was changed into a demon, Kanao Suyuri used the drug to change him back into a human. Before the Dimensional Infinity Fortress battle, the insect pillar, Shinobu, gave it to Kanao. Some fans of the series say that if that medicine was used on upper rank 2, Doma, during the Dimensional Infinity Fortress battle, he could have been easily defeated. If that were the case, Shinobu would not have to sacrifice herself in that battle. So with that being the case, in this video, I want to perform a deep dive into why that medicine was not used on Doma. Also, we'll look at the possibility that that medicine could defeat Doma. So, please be sure to watch until the end of the video. The fight against Doma. First, let's see how the fight against Doma played out. Doma's position is upper rank number 2, the second strongest demon under Muzan Kibutsuji. Doma uses blood demon arts that control ice. For his opponents, the worst part of the blood demon art is that they all have freezing powder, which, when breathed in, can destroy lung tissue. The members of the Demon Slayer Corps all use breathing techniques to help increase their physical powers, so Doma's freezing powder is super effective against them. Doma has earned the position of upper rank number 2, and the pure power of his blood demon arts show that. More than that, because Doma's personality tends to rub people the wrong way, he can seem quite annoying. Shinobu's sister, Kanae, was killed by Doma, so his flashy words and actions would just make her get all the angrier. On Kanae's deathbed, Shinobu heard that the demon named Doma was her murderer, and she knew as soon as she saw him that the demon in front of her was Doma. Just as Shinobu knew about Doma, he heard from dying demons that a member of the Demon Slayer Corps uses poison. The only poison user among the Demon Slayer Corps is Shinobu. Shinobu was born with a small body that made her agile, so she could quickly use her poison attacks. She's so fast that she even surprised Doma. Unfortunately, Doma could quickly cure himself of Shinobu's poison, so it didn't affect him. Shinobu kept up her attacks, but in the end, Doma absorbed her. Shinobu's adopted sister, Kanao, and later Inosuke Hashibira both tried to fight Doma, but no matter how powerful they might be in the future, they were no match for Doma at that time. It was at that time that Doma's face started to crack open. Shinobu thought that only a little poison could not kill Doma. Knowing that he would probably try to absorb her, she spent over 1 year taking small doses of wisteria poison until she had over 37 kilograms of toxin in her body. Even though Doma could regenerate, his body could not handle that poison, so Kanao and Inosuke were able to kill him by taking his head. Because Shinobu sacrificed herself, the heroes were able to defeat Doma. If Shinobu had entered the battle without a plan, that would lead to the death of Kanao and Inosuke, which would in turn lead to many other soldiers dying. That would mean that there would be many deaths in the Demon Slayer Corps before the battle with Muzan. I just think it's so sad that Shinobu took her own sacrifice into account when she made her plan against Doma. There must have been some other way to achieve the same end. But the only thing that comes into mind is the medicine that turns a demon back into a human. The drug to change demons back to humans. Until that point in the story, the theory has been that once a human turns into a demon, there's no way for them to turn back. It was unthinkable that even Muzan could not believe it would be possible. However, the situation changed when the drug made significant progress and Nezuko Kamado, as a demon, was able to go out into the sunlight with no problem. There were 2 characters in the story that were familiar with pharmacology. They were the poison user of the Demon Slayer Corps, Shinobu, and the demon, Tamayo. Tamayo may be a demon, but she was originally a doctor and had been looking for a way to defeat Muzan. Tamayo worked hard to make the medicine to change Nezuko back into a human by regularly testing Nezuko's blood and experimenting on the blood from the demons that were the direct underlings of Muzan, which Tanjiro killed. Shinobu was a member of the Demon Slayer Corps who would kill demons with poison instead of cutting off their head. Those two came together because of the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps, Kagaya Ubuyashiki, and asked them to produce a drug that would be able to kill Muzan. It's easy to see that they would develop the medicine quickly because Tamayo studied how to turn a demon into a human, and Shinobu was a master of using poison on demons. Through their cooperation, they could produce 4 drugs that they could use on Muzan, one that changes demons into humans, one that ages people 50 years in a minute, one that inhibits division, and one that destroys cells. Tamayo took the lead on the demon-to-human medicine for Muzan. Besides those four, Shinobu also made a different medicine that changed demons back into humans. Before the fight with Muzan, Shinobu gave that medicine to Kanao. After the battle with Muzan, Kanao used the medicine on Tanjiro, who had turned into a demon. Thanks to the medicine, Tanjiro was able to turn back into a human. Since it's such a powerful medicine, it probably would have been best if Shinobu had used it on Doma. Shinobu is much faster than Doma, so it should have been possible for her to use the medicine on him. If she did, the possibility of her surviving would increase, and fewer Demon Slayer Corps soldiers would have to die. Why didn't she use the medicine on Doma? Why didn't Shinobu use the medicine? The reason could be, the first reason could probably be because she did not want Muzan to know about the existence of the medicine. Through Muzan, Doma knew about the poison user in the Demon Slayer Corps who could change their poison depending on the type of demon they fight. Using the information about the poison used on the sister of lower rank number 6, Rui, and comparing it with the poison that Shinobu would use on Doma, Muzan might learn something and let the other demons know. But what would have happened if Shinobu had used the demon-to-human medicine on Doma? It would let Muzan know all about the medicine. If that were the case, he might find a way to fight against the medicine. But the medicine that was used on Muzan by Tamayo was different. Not to mention that Tamayo risked her safety to use the medicine on Muzan at the beginning of the battle with him. I think it would have been fine for Muzan to know about Shinobu's medicine after that. Speaking of that, by learning about the ingredients of many medicines, there's the concern that Muzan would know more information about those medicines. There's the possibility they didn't use the medicine because Shinobu thought she might have to fight Muzan, but at the very least, she was ready to lose the battle with Doma. Also, when she gave the medicine to Kanao, she never said that the medication should be used on Muzan. Could it be that Shinobu never thought of using it on Muzan? So, now we can think about the second reason she did not want to use it on Muzan or Doma. She felt the effect was not powerful enough. Kagaya, who imagined the medicine should be used against upper-ranked demons, and Muzan would probably suggest using the drug in battle, even if the effect was not that large. In other words, Shinobu, Tamayo, and Kagaya probably decided that Shinobu's medicine was not as powerful as Tamayo's medicine. But that does not mean that Shinobu's medicine did not have any effects at all. In reality, Kanao gave Tanjiro the medicine when he was a demon, and he turned back into a human. With that, we can see that Shinobu's medicine was excellent and worked adequately. Although it was not just Shinobu's medicine that brought Tanjiro back, but as Yushiro said after the fight, Tanjiro also needed Nezuko's blood. Since Nezuko changed back to a human, her blood had antibodies that could fight off Muzan's demon cells. So, the fact that Tanjiro got the medicine and bit Nezuko worked out for him. It's also fortunate that as a demon, Tanjiro never ate any humans. Of course, Tanjiro was more powerful than any ordinary demon because he would not get hurt by sunlight. So with that in mind, we don't know what the effect on Doma would be. They could have tried the medicine on other demons, but it would have been all for naught if Muzan had heard about it. However, if Muzan had heard about the medicine after the battle with Doma, it should not have caused any problems. I think they should have tried it on Doma. Could Shinobu's medicine have killed Doma? So, could Shinobu's medicine have killed Doma? Shinobu probably sacrificed herself without using the medicine because she thought that was the only sure way to kill Doma. Of course, the medicine would not have been utterly ineffective on Doma. But Doma has been a demon for hundreds of years and ate countless humans. With that in mind, we can say that the possibility of changing him back into a human with one type of medicine was minuscule. Even after eating 37 kilograms of wisteria poison, Doma had the energy to perform some powerful attacks. So I wonder if such a small amount of medicine would work. Also, if Shinobu used the medicine and it didn't work, it would be a waste of such a valuable drug. She probably decided not to use the medicine after considering future developments. Shinobu never told Kanao when to use the medicine because she could not decide if it was best to use it on Doma or not. Kagaya would also say to use the medicine on the plan with the highest chance of working. To put it the other way around, Shinobu's plan to spend a year putting wisteria poison into her body would only work on Doma out of all the upper-ranked members. He's the only one that has an obsession with eating women. Shinobu started preparing for a battle with Doma even before Nezuko overcame the effects of sunlight on her body. Shinobu, who was prepared to sacrifice herself, looked for the most reliable means to kill Doma. Then how about a combination of Shinobu and the 37 kg of wisteria poison and the medicine? Shinobu would still end up dying, but I think Kanao, who took over from Shinobu, would have an easier time winning the battle. In that case, maybe Doma would not turn back to a human, but he might become weaker. Perhaps he would not be able to pull off Rhyme, Water Lily Bodhisattva, and Kanao would not have lost sight in one eye. But if that were the case, there's the danger that Doma would know that he had become poisoned before any surface effects showed up. In reality, Doma did not know about the poison until his body started to fall apart. That's because the poison was made together with Tamayo, and Shinobu added something so that the demon would not be able to detect the poison. Shinobu worked hard adding that to the poison. So if Doma were trying to cure himself of the effects of the medicine, he might discover the poison as well. That means that Shinobu would die for nothing. So it could be that the medicine would have been effective, but no one knew if the drug itself would work. So Shinobu decided to use the poison, which she knew would be effective. Shinobu probably expected that the medicine alone would not work on an upper-ranked demon. When Shinobu passed on the medicine to Kanao, she said that it was from the wisteria flower, but she probably wanted to go on and tell her that she had no idea if it would be effective or not. To use the medicine, the user has to get close to the demon. So if that's the case, I wish that Shinobu would not have been so vague with Kanao. So, that's all we have to say on the topic of the medicine that turns demons into humans. Why did Shinobu not use it on Doma? And what could have happened if it were to have been used? Of course, there are still some of you that may be thinking that we don't know if Shinobu's medicine could be used on upper-ranked demons or Muzan. There's no question that the medicine Tamayo used on Muzan is the more effective medicine. It could be that Shinobu's medicine would only work on demons like Tanjiro. That is, ones that have not eaten humans, have just gone through the transformation, and also got Nezuko's antibodies. Kanao made an excellent decision to hold off using it on Doma and Muzan. I would have probably used the medicine the first time things got hard in battle. Oh, and as I was thinking about Shinobu's medicine, I started to also think about what would have happened if Doma did happen to change back into a human. If he did, even though he was a terrible demon, it would not be moral to kill him as a human. Even though Doma killed so many people as a demon, even Shinobu would feel some hesitation about killing him as a human. I can picture Doma saying something like, "If you killed me as a human, that makes you one of the demons." It would feel like losing a battle just to win the war. I'm sure he would be found guilty in a court of law, but Shinobu just wanted to avenge her sister with her own hands. I think Shinobu just wanted to kill Doma while he was a demon. Thinking along those lines, it is too bad that Shinobu had to sacrifice herself. But rather than changing Doma into a human, she followed her true intentions. I have a feeling that Shinobu's medicine was not to kill Doma, but it was to change Nezuko back into a human because she secretly did the research after Tanjiro and Nezuko were called in front of the pillars. Using it to turn Tanjiro back into a human would have been Shinobu's genuine desire. Please let us know what you think about Shinobu's medicine and the fight with Doma down in the comments. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. We will be uploading more surprising videos on Kimetsu no Yaiba soon. So, please be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a thing. See you next time!